So now the Paralympic and European champion, Ruslan Katishev, going in the opening round of the men's long jump, T11, and again the athletes here are totally blind. There's a much longer launch pad, and the measurement is made from the takeoff point to the sand.
Although Orla has been over 30 metres. And Ilka Vailuda of Germany,
as long as you don't go beyond the takeoff point,
5 is her best this year.
Go before they simply measure to the end of the chalk, so you will give a little bit away.
Classes F51 to 57 feature athletes competing in a seated position. Trunk and leg function increases in classes F55 to F57, which is an advantage in
the athlete when to take off.
A lower number indicates a higher degree of activity limitation.
Katishev, the European champion from Swansea last year. Paralympic Games in London 2020. World champion in this as well, we'll see a little later. The great Lex Gillette of the United States.
Back to the long jump T11.
It's Oliveira of Brazil with his first round effort. The only mark on the board so far coming from Ruslan Katishev that we saw a few moments ago. And then the guy just obviously has to get out of the way, clip the chalk. So he didn't just any distance. We've had a foul from Chen Ziliu as well in this. Oliveira 6:33 lifetime best for this year.
Long jump men's T11.
Oliveira 5:64 to go into second place. Azerbaijan now. This is Elchin Muradov. Potential here, 6:09 is lifetime best. 2015. Yang is our leader, 5:89. Costa de Oliveira, 5:64. Katishev, 5:55. These are our three distances to date. So here he comes. Used the board very, very well. Now that looks a good distance for Muradov. It's a solid 6-meter jumper. 5 of the field going past 6 meters this year. Couldn't have used that any better. And the guide obviously getting out of the way in time. They've got the technique. Muradov knowing exactly therefore when to lead. A lot of training, a lot of practice. Entire faith in the guide. And it's the first attempt of Lex Gillette in the long jump. Gillette, the reigning world champion, silvers in each of the last 3 Paralympic Games, the first of which in Athens when he was 19 years old.
Lex Gillette, the athlete with a copyrighted quote. He's the only, I think, the only athlete competing this week with a copyrighted quote. His quote is, "There's no need for sight when you've got vision," and how fitting, as he jumps for glory here.
Muradov 5:99, but now Gillette is in the lead, 6 meters, 34. Javier Porras of Spain is up next. Bronze at the last Europeans in 2013, silver 2011 in Christchurch, and a bronze on the Europeans last year as well in Swansea. Couldn't have hit the board any better, really. Looks to be beyond 5.5. Then the measurement starts and where he takes off. Good coordination between him and his guide. Guide really having to get out of the way at the last minute if they're to do the job to the optimum best. 5 meters 89, and Porras goes third. So Lex Gillette leads after the opening round, 6 meters 34. Elchin Muradov of Azerbaijan is in second place, 5:99. And tied at the moment for third, Xavier Porras of Spain and Yang Chuanhui of Chinese Taipei. Long way to go in this. And it's the reigning Paralympic and European champion, Ruslan Katushev of Ukraine. 5:55 in the opening round, leaving him quite a bit down. Knocking around 8th, 9th place. A solid opening effort, and now he can open up. No pressure, no foul early on. .604, Katushev for Ukraine goes second. Lex Gillette in the long jump. He is our leader, 6:34 in the opening round. Reigning world champion, finally top of the summit in Lyon.
Very proud of that achievement is Lex Gillette after some time trying to get that gold medal.
Now, problem here, he didn't use the board, which means the distance will be taken from the start of the chalk. And it will be measured quite low, I would think.
The athletes in this event are getting quite some height. I know it's called long jump, but they're actually jumping quite high. And if you were sitting down in the stands there, unawares of the competition going on, you may be forgiven for thinking it was raining men.
5:12 from Lex Gillette. He's still in the lead, 6:34.
From the United Arab Emirates,
And he has prime advantage. Lex Gillette leading, 6:34. Katushev for Ukraine, 6:04. Muradov of Azerbaijan, 6:02.
thank you very much.
Live to the long jump. A big medal contender from Chinese Taipei, Yang Chunanhui, 6 meters in the previous round and needs only 2 additional centimeters to get into the medal shake-up properly into third. Use the board well. The measurement will start from the tip of his toe right to where the impact began.
Take-off area, the chalk lead to the mark, and now the jump is measured. And I think that looked pretty good. Young Chun Hui of
still Lex Gillette with the lead, 6:34. That was a good effort by the athlete from Chinese Taipei. Built to Summers Taiwan. Oh, 5:97.
But it still leaves him in fourth.
Muradov of Azerbaijan. I think he used the ball quite well there. I think he just went towards the edge of it. He's lying in third place, 6:02. He's the athlete 2 centimeters clear of Yang at the moment. 5:99, 6:02. Really good going. European sporting world congregating in Baku a few months ago for the first ever European Games. There were no parasports involved in that. It was the first ever European Games, the likes of the Pan Ams and the Asian Games, the All African Games, been established for decades, but it was the first time ever we did a European Olympic style competition. Must be very well attended to. So Muradov 6:02 in the second round. Brilliant effort, 6:18. And Muradov, with a lifetime best, goes into second place. So this is the men's long jump. A bit wavery, I'm afraid. I'm afraid that effort was a bit sunk. That was Nuri Bayev of Kazakhstan.
Yeah, that wasn't the best effort. A breakdown in communication, very, very vital in the long jump T11. Complete visual impairment, so they rely on the guide. Just confirmation of the 2.12 for the Kazakh. Xavier Porras of Spain. He's in 5th position. Lifetime best or season best of 5.89 in his opening jump. A foul in his second. As he looks to move himself further up. He's got 25 centimetres to make up if he wants to get himself up into the bronze medal positions. So you can see the guide there in a position for Porras. And you can hear the guide in the background there. Well, that looks like a legal jump for Porras. You can hear the guide clapping in the background and calling out because they have to give the athlete some help. There is the jump. That is perfectly fine. Porras in 5th position. 5.89, a season best.
So back to the long jump where it is really heating up. Lex Gillette looking very, very strong indeed, but that's going to be a foul against Acosta of Brazil. Lying in 7th place. 5.72 is best in the previous round. His lifetime best is 6.33, which would put him into 2nd place. Just hasn't quite been able to get the rhythm today. Chen of China, 5.86, the 2nd round. Oh, that's wayward. I think he might be okay. He took off in the laneway, landed in the pit. Now he did fly out of the laneway temporarily. I was going quite where that should, I think, be a white flag. Went right to the edge, which you'll see better this way. Yeah, he's okay. I have seen people go off the runway in this competition, particularly in the triple jump.
You're watching live shots of the women's shot put at 53. The lead held by
Chen lying in 6th place going into this. He was 5.50 in the 3rd round.
So Salash of Mexico in 3rd, 4.01. There's Ronga looking to get over that 4 metre mark.
You can see he went across a little. He'd have lost a little bit of distance. Still being measured very closely, and obviously it's a manual management from the, not from the actual board, but the takeoff point all the way in. That's 5.96, and he's up to 5th place. Makes him a prime medal contender.
So let's go back to the men's long jump, T11. Lex Gillette, his 4th round jump. Well, that's got
the
to...
athlete struggling here with the noise from the crowd. That one looked like it might have hurt.
Yeah, that has to hurt that. You see he goes off the track, he comes back on the guide there in front. Certainly is a dangerous, he's hit the side. There, that has really hurt. He's got up and ran away, but that had to have hurt Lex Gillette.
Poor Lex there. just struggling.
Defending champion there, 2 fouls over his third and fourth, but 6:34. He does still lead, does the American, but that does show how dangerous this T11 long jump can be, Evan.
It's obviously the crowd noise is playing into it a little bit, because I know that himself, Lex Gillette, and David Brown, who we've seen get a gold medal earlier this week, are both very comfortable in their home environments back in America on the track, walking around without a guide, without a stick, into the change rooms and into all the meeting rooms around the track.
Yeah, that is metal he's hit there. That's the like measuring tape on the far side there, so that you can see how far they've gone. This is Tunk's 5th attempt from Turkey. Started the 5th round. He's currently in 8th position.
There was no change to the long jump order.
Well, that is a good jump, straight down the middle of the track. Guide working with the athlete in unison. And 5:63, that's a new lifetime best for Mehmet Tunk of Turkey. So he is in 8th position. Ricardo Costa de Oliveira, his 5th jump in the long jump, currently in 7th position. That is good, though. Well, the guide has worked extremely well with the athlete there. We saw how difficult it was earlier when Lex Gillette went off the track and also off the jumping surface and injured his back. But nothing the matter with that from Ricardo Costa de Oliveira. Well, that is good. 6.22, that moves him up into 2nd position after 5 rounds. Here is Katishev. He's in 3rd position, his 5th attempt, so he's been relegated down after that last jump from the Brazilian. Let's see if he can respond. Well, I think he can respond. That there is long indeed. Lovely rhythm, lovely coordination, and working in tandem with the guide. Straight down the middle of the runway and straight down the middle of the pit. There's your answer, 6:22 into 2nd place and back where he was before, in his silver medal position. Ruslan Katishev in 2nd position, and Costa de Oliveira moves down to 3rd. Lex Gillette currently leads, injured himself a moment or two ago. This is his 5th attempt. Let's see if he can get this one a bit better. Well, that does look much better, and that does look good indeed. 6:34, his best in his first jump. Before that, 5.12 in his second. Fouls in the 3rd and the 4th, and that there is 6:38 for Lex Gillette. So he extends his lead by a further 4 centimetres at the top. He now leads by 16 seconds over Ruslan Katishev.
16 centimetres, that would be, not seconds. But Lex Gillette there.
That's what I said.
That's what you meant.
That's what I said. Don't you worry about that.
But Lex Gillette there, coming back quite well from his previous jump, which he landed outside the pit. That's showing a lot of bravery there. Yeah. I don't think I'd be able to attempt something like that after just hurting myself.
Well, there it is after round 5. 6:38, he leads from Ruslan Katishev by 16 centimetres. And in 3rd place, Ricardo Costa de Oliveira, rounding up the bronze medal at the present time. 1 round to go then in the men's long jump T11 final.
In the final round of the...
So back to the T11 men's long jump. Elchin Muradov with his final jump of the competition. 6:18 was his best. His 3rd jump for that one, but that one looks... Well, that is absolutely perfect, isn't it? You can't get much better than that. Full use of the board, right down the middle, and a good jump indeed. You'd expect that to be a better one than what he's already got. 6:18 to beat for him. 6:38 for the man in 1st place, but it's 6:27, so he stays in 2nd position. for Azerbaijan, Elchin Muradov. But here's the man who is atop the leaderboard, the world record holder. Also defending champion from 2013. Won triple jump, silver in 2013 as well. Lexi Gillette. Well, at one point there, it looked as though he was going to get a little bit wide and hit that board again. It didn't happen. 6:38 his best that came in the 5th round. He's in first position. And no matter what happens there, he's going to claim the gold medal. But the question is, can he go any further than what he's already got? Doesn't seem likely. You can just see there he goes from right to left on the screen as they're looking at it. And earlier he hit that blue measuring board on the far side. But he's picked up the gold medal, regardless of what he actually does in this jump. So he has defended that championship he won 2 years ago in Lyon. 5.80, he's holding the flag there. It doesn't matter that he hasn't beaten the earlier mark. He does take the gold medal. So it's gold for USA in the men's long jump T11. It'll be silver for Azerbaijan, and the Ukraine through Ruslan Gatiev will take bronze medal. Confirmation of the final results then, 6:38 for Lex Gillette. Elchin Muradov, a personal best of 6:27, and Ruslan Gatiev, also a personal best, winning on countback from Costa de Oliveira, 6:22 for Ruslan Gatiev of Ukraine.
Lex Gillette there taking out the gold medal. He's also writes and records his own music, and you can get on to, I believe he's got his own website there, so you can get on there and have a listen to some of the music he's written. He writes about competing as a blind athlete and about other experiences he's had in his life as a blind man.
He is the world champion, the best a man can get.